Hello and welcome to my studio journal. Now back in 2022, I started to redesign my home studio, shifting from software to hardware for the first time. What began as a few videos for some curious students soon became an ongoing unfiltered record. So what the plan is to run all the instruments into a hum loop eliminator, because as soon as the USB comes in, that's when we have problems. Then run from that into the patch bay, and from the patch bay, we're going to run into the mixer. So these are the Pile PHE 300 mini 2-channel hum destroyers, and I've been using these things in my studio to break any sort of ground loops that are happening. And it's kind of a mystery. So like, let's say I have the Yamaha MoDX plugged straight into the mixer. The sound is crystal clear. And if I then go through this box, we have a whole bunch of weird noise that's introduced. As soon as I hook in the USB, guess what? Tons of noise again. Then when I plug it into this hum destroyer, then all of a sudden the signal is crystal clear again. So something happens with the USB. Everything's run off the same circuit. I don't know. This happens with both balanced and unbalanced cables, this mystery hum. I'm running all the instruments through these things. I guess the next thing is I'm just going to use good old painter's tape, and we're going to label all this so that I know where everything is coming from. After that, then we're going to label all the cables and then start hooking everything up. So here are all the boxes and the cables labeled, even the extra cables that I have here. Now, the next thing is to install it. We're going to put everything together behind that mixer. Now at the top you see those monoprice cables coming out of the mixer. Hopefully there's enough room back there for all this. We have to try and figure out how to put in this Machine Plus over here. And that's going to be I think one of the harder things to wire in. All those boxes are laid out at the back of the wall there. The signal from the keyboards are going to be coming into this box, then out of this box into the patch bay ins. Out of the patch bay is going to be going up to the mixer ins right here, which are all these monoprice cables that we have back here. If you hear a hiss, that's actually from that problem speaker that I'm having. But anyhow, so I can play the Machine Plus. It comes through. I can play the Yamaha MoDX. That's all fine. I can play the Korg Minilog. Roland FA comes through clear. Well, I think there might have been a little bit of distortion on that one. I can play the DeepMind 12. I have to use the Kai Force for that. I can play the the Drum Brute. Okay. I can also play the Mini Brute. And so everything's coming through on the mixer just fine. The patch bay's been set up. The DeepMind 12 gets boosted up a shelf, and all the stuff gets plugged into the right place. So far, the only thing, like, if I drop some of these, the hiss to that speaker over there, maybe you can't hear it, I don't know, but that's gone. So as soon as I pull these up, this one right here is, this one right here is the noisy one. That's the Drum Brute, is what that one is. And there's nothing much I can do to get rid of that. That's just kind of the way it is. This is going to be the close of day 10. We'll take a look at that universal audio interface tomorrow. But also, what I've done, instead of putting those boxes behind the patch bay, I'm actually going to put them back here. I'm going to put them back behind each instrument where I have a little bit more space for it. Change of plans. My wife and I were supposed to be binge watching some TV, but she decided that she was too tired, so she's heading off to bed. And that means I'm going to work a little bit more in here because I would really like to get this thing done. So I tidied up this column right here. There's just a little bit of cords that I have to deal with that are hanging around with the drum set there. But anyhow, everything's plugged in and ready to go. Well, I just took the hacksaw, cut these two down so that I can actually put a rack up here, or a rack unit up here and a rack unit down here. And the reason why I'm doing that is I'm actually going to put the power conditioner at the top and the patch bay right at the bottom to try and separate those two things. So ends. Oh, that bag is so going to fall over there. I don't know. Can you see it? It's almost going to do it on that shelf. There it goes. It's getting closer. Seriously? Almost. You're kidding. It's not going to go anywhere, is it? Maybe it will. Now this is tense TV. Anyhow, the thing is, so far, what I did, well, actually, while we're watching the bag fall over there, in the unit that's below it, I put the power unit or the power conditioner on top and kept the compressor where it is. So to try and separate, once again, the power from the audio as much as I could. Over there, I did the same thing. I put the power conditioner on top and I put the patch bay at the bottom. And of course, the idea is to try and separate the power from the audio cable as much as I could. I couldn't do it around the baseboards as much as I would like to. I think tomorrow I have to pull out the drum set, finish tidying back there. I still have to run cables for the Native Instruments Machine Plus. I'm still using unbalanced cables. Tomorrow, if I can run the inputs from the machine to the patch bay so I can sample stuff in, I know as soon as I start hooking up that USB, that's going to cause problems. So right now, nothing is USB'd together. I don't have the two hubs going. I just wanted this to look at least a little bit cleaner in here when I start this next process. But all the audio is set. All of the power is set. So everything like that has been tidied up. So that's as good as it gets with that. I still need to work with the stuff behind the drum set. Maybe tidy up those cords a little bit. Figure out some other chord solutions for underneath the second desk and around the baseboards. Maybe even if it's just tying stuff together. But anyhow, hopefully tomorrow we can get to the audio interface. 476. I got it because in order to set up a compressor, you had to have multiple outputs. And I had a Scarlett 2i2, which didn't. But anyhow, that is the close of day 10. So tomorrow's going to be day 11. Hopefully this is getting to the point of where it's just going to be like tuning speakers and doing like odd little ends like that. With that, it is like, I don't know, 1:30 in the morning and time to call it quits for tonight. So anyhow, we'll see you tomorrow. If you'd like to follow the full journey, check out my online studio journal linked in the description. Until next time, I'm just a music teacher having fun. Catch you on the next one.